I'd like to welcome you today for a session on Visualforce pages. This video is brought to you by KVP Business Solution and will provide you an overview of a Visualforce page and how to create one too. Visualforce is a framework that allows developers to build sophisticated custom user interfaces that can be hosted natively on the Force.com platform. The Visualforce framework includes a tag-based markup language similar to HTML. A Visualforce tag can be a UI component as well. Let us define or understand what the Visualforce page is all about. Visualforce page consists of two primary elements, namely Visualforce markup and Visualforce controller. Here is an sample of a Visualforce page. We would also like to highlight on some of the uses of Visualforce pages. Visualforce pages can be used to override standard buttons or standard tabs, wherein click of the button or the tab, a customized page is opened up. Custom tabs can be defined which can improve the UI. We can also create or customize the dashboard components and console components. Here is a background structure of how Visualforce page is executed. All Visualforce pages run entirely on the Force.com platform, both when a developer creates the page and when an end user requests a page, as shown in the following architecture diagram. Some of the key benefits of a Visualforce page are listed down. One of the major benefits which we would like to highlight is Visualforce conforms to the model view controller development pattern by providing a clear division between the view of an application and the controller that determines how the application works. Let us now create a Visualforce page by following the below steps, which should look something like this. Once you have saved the code, let's see how your page looks. Append /apex/sample page to your Salesforce URL as shown, and the page would look like this. Let's make some changes in our Visualforce page which we created earlier. Let's add an attribute with a boolean value false, which will hide the standard Salesforce sidebar, and once you save the page you notice that the sidebar has been removed. Position your cursor just after the final quotation mark and hit the spacebar. A helpful list of attributes pop up that are valid for the Apex page component. Choose the show header attribute which is automatically added to your page, and you now need to supply a value for the attribute. Add false. Your complete first line should look like this. After having the attribute show header is equal to false, your page looks like this. Now let's put it back the way it was. That is, having the top header is very useful during development. Change the show header attribute's value to true and click save. Let's have some fun and add some additional components which can help you design the page according to your requirements. Within the Apex page component, add an Apex page block and Apex page block section component as shown. Within the Apex page block section, add some text like this is the new section. Click save. Your final code will look something like this, and the final page will look as shown. Also, we can add some nested components into the code which we saved earlier. Add another component Apex page block section within the Apex page block component. Click save, and your page should look like this. In MVC, the Visualforce page interacts with the controller. In our case, the controller is usually an Apex class which exposes some functionality to the page. For example, the controller can contain the logic to be executed when a button is clicked. The standard controller account attribute tells Visualforce to use an automatically generated controller for the account object and to provide access to the controller in the Visualforce page. The account.name expression retrieves the value of the account variable's name field. Controllers generally have logic that handles button clicks and interacts with the database. When you click save, you'll see your first name and an empty account name. This is because you haven't told the Visualforce page which account record to display. Go to your URL and modify it so that include the ID as shown, and the page should look like this. Thank you for being with us. We'll share more videos to show how effectively we can build Visualforce pages, and if you have any queries you could contact us at www.kvpcorp.com or email us at info@kvpcorp.com.